So this is the next day. We received 3 positive replies so far. This guy literally said, "I appreciate you reaching out. This sounds like a great fit." And he actually wrote this like in bold. Like he wrote this using a bold format. We're definitely interested in this. What's the next step on your end? Hey, today I'll show you how I would generate sales opportunities as a sales agency owner from start to finish. I'm gonna walk you through how I build lists of companies, how I write copies, the enrichment process, all the way to getting interested replies live. So let's get into it. All right, so step 1 is I'm gonna look for recently funded companies. And then my lead sourcing database is going to be Apollo because it's pretty straightforward and I want to get up and running as quickly as possible. So recently funded companies, and then the persona that I'm going to go for is always going to be some sort of like sales persona. So VP of sales, CROs, etc. I'm going to walk you guys through how we're going to build this list. It's going to take us 5 minutes because like I said, I want to get up and running as quickly as possible. So the whole process is going to take me like 10 minutes, okay? Because I have a general rule of thumb. If it's taking me more than 10 to 15 minutes when it comes to research, I'm probably overthinking. If I spend less than 10 minutes when it comes to research, then my targeting is going to be off, okay? So this is the targeting. Now we're going to talk about the connector copy. So I'm going to be using something called the connector angle. And then the initial email is going to be, hey, first name. So first of all, we have the subject line, quick intro question. Got several ideal client type. This is basically just a variable. So the way we're going to get this ideal client type is we're going to use the company description that they have, and then we're going to feed it to AI, and AI is going to give us the ideal customer of this company, looking for their solution. Again, their solution just connected a similar company type with one, and they moved forward quickly. With an intro if company name is interested. And then again, very simple follow-ups, like one line, right? Because I am the connector. I'm using the connector angle. And that's the beauty about the connector angle. Notice how I'm not selling anything. This is called the connector angle. And this is my core service as a sales agency owner, an agency that builds broad systems for B2B companies. Okay. And this is exactly how I scale to 7 figures. The way I was able to differentiate myself from other lead gen automation, sales automation, whatever you want to call it, agencies, is because I acted as a connector, right? Not someone who just does X, Y, and Z and then pitches his services. Okay, I just connect party A with party B using sales systems. That's it. And that's how you differentiate yourself from all the sea of the automation agencies, lead gen agencies, because they chase customers, but customers come to me. And this is exactly the mindset that I want you guys to have. Okay, notice how our positioning makes them scramble for us, because I'm literally saying 2 to 3 words, and I can assure you that I'm going to get a bunch of positive replies. And there are dozens of psychological triggers that I use in this approach. There's like the VA angle, the assistant angle, where you have multiple inboxes that act as your assistants. And then you just forward that to the founder, aka you. And that just gives you instant authority and higher status. So you'll be able to close deals a lot faster. So follow-up one is high first name, still worth making the connection, or wrong timing? Best. And the breakup is haven't heard back, so I'll assume it's not a fit right now. We'll keep company name in mind if similar opportunities come up. Okay, so step 1 is I'm gonna go to Apollo. Okay. And then I'm going to log in. This is basically just a free account on Apollo. Okay, so I'm simply going to go to people. So go to people. And then always make sure you are in the net new tab, okay? Make sure the email status is verified, okay? And then let's go to the first thing, okay? Which is going to be funding, okay? So funding, I want Series B. So Series B, C, and A. So these are all recently funded companies. And then I'm going to go to job titles. So I want VP sales, VP of sales, CRO, and then sales director. Okay, sweet. So these personas, the reason why I'm picking these personas, because they are the ones who actually care about their pipeline and introductions with their ideal clients, okay? So employees, yes, 100%. The employees, I'm going to go for 11 to 20, 21 to 50, and 51 to 100, and 100 to 200. Because these companies have the budget to actually afford my services, but at the same time, they're not super wealthy, so I can get myself in the door pretty quickly. All right, so 5.8K results. All right, I can add a bunch of more signals. So rapid growth. Okay, 2.4K, pretty good. Oh yeah, location, I want United States. Okay, sweet. So 1.7K, that's more than enough for me. Step 2 is I'm going to go to Apify. Apify is basically like a marketplace for scrapers. Scrapers are tools that allow you to gather data and extract data from multiple platforms like TikTok, Google Maps, Instagram, in our case, Apollo. You can also build your own actor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on Get Started, and I'm going to have to sign up. So continue with Google. All right. So I'm going to go to Apify store. And then now what I'm going to do, I'm going to type in Apollo. Okay, which one do I pick? So there's this one from this guy, Curious Coder. So let's see. Okay, this is the one, Apollo Lead Scraper. Yes, this is the one. Okay, sweet. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this URL, paste this in the search URL, make sure it's guest email always toggled on, wait for email verification, total numbers of records required. I'm just going to put 1000. And then this is the session cookie. So what you need is an extension. It's called edit this cookie. So this is the one. There we go. And now, once you download this, you're going to have it in your extensions tab. So I already have it. So edit this cookie and make sure you click on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the one, 5. Extract. So cookies copied to clipboard. And now we're going to have to paste it in the cookies. Okay. Proxy is going to be residential. Run options. Always make sure it's no timeout and click on start, rent actor, and click on save and start. So now the scraper is going to go ahead and scrape the data for us. The only thing we have to do now is basically just wait a little bit. All right, sweet. So we just finished scraping. Right now, I'm simply going to go to make.com, which is going to be my no-code tool of choice. So let me just log in. And then we're going to build out a sales system that's going to allow us to essentially personalize at scale, verify emails at scale, and get up and running as quickly as possible and start interfering with the market. Okay. So I'm going to create a new scenario. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for Apify. So Apify in the search bar. And the one that I want is going to be get data set items. Okay. Now we're going to click on add. Okay. And then you're going to have to go to settings, which is going to be in settings. And then you're going to have to go to API integrations and then copy this API key. Simply go to connection type, Apify API token, and then simply paste it here and click on save. Now you see this dataset ID. This is where the data is. So we're going to have to go back to our run. And in the integration, you're going to have to copy the dataset ID. So copy it, go back, and then simply paste it here. Okay. Now, in terms of the limit, let's just put 1 for now. Save. And then I'm just going to name this get leads. Okay. And then let me just run once. And then why is this here? Okay. Sweet. So I have the first, last name, etc. The LinkedIn URL of the person, email. So I have their email. Sweet. What else do I have? Functions, departments, subdepartments. What else do I have? Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm simply going to have to verify the emails. So there's multiple platforms to verify the emails. I can use my own email enrichment platform, which has the email finder, email verifier, LinkedIn company scraper, a bunch of tools that are free for people in the community, which is this one right here. If you guys don't know, a quick little update. We are currently processing 1 billion leads for people in the community, which is basically instead of like the same thing that we've done here where we scraped Apollo, Now we have our own database with verified email. So no need to even use the email verifier because you're going to scrape and export data for free, which is amazing, right? And it started off as building like an email verifier because I was like, okay, how can I like reduce costs for members so they don't have to pay for extra software outside? And it was amazing. And I was like, okay, how can we take this to the next level? Instead of them using APIs and all this stuff, like, can they get access to just click on one button and then they just get leads? So that's what we're currently doing. Now, obviously, I'm not gonna use this now because you guys don't have it. So I'm gonna give you guys an alternative. So I'm just gonna go to mails.so, and then this is basically like an email validation tool. I have like 100K credits here. So right now I'm gonna go to API. And I believe there's an integration here called mails. Yeah, there's mails.so here. So validate a single email. So this is the API. Where's the API? So copy this and then click on add and simply paste it here. So the email address is going to be email. And then let's check if the first lead has a verified valid email. Okay, so true, deliverable. So accepted email. Okay. All right, so there's going to be validate email. All right. And once that's done, we're going to have to personalize the first copy. So I'm simply going to use Azure OpenAI. You do not need to use OpenAI Azure. You can use Claude, GPT-4o, whatever you want, okay? You do not need to be married to any AI model, okay? Whatever makes sense to you, use it. But in my, like, what I recommend is I recommend Azure and I also recommend Claude, okay? I use Gemini, Perplexity for research, etc. And I use the OpenAI, Azure, and Claude, especially Sonnet 3.7 for writing emails. I think it's the best, okay? So what I'm going to do is, yes, okay, so I'm going to have to copy this thing here. But before, okay, I can't really copy it because it has a placeholder as n. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say generate a statement similar to, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to copy this and turn this into like a placeholder. I don't want to do this manually because check this out. If I paste this in make, I'm going to have it as a variable. So I'm simply going to go to ChatGPT. I'm going to copy this, copy clipboard as text, and I'm going to say turn the placeholder as an placeholder. Turn the variable as in placeholder. Yeah, okay, sweet. So so I'm just gonna copy this, paste this here. All right. And then I'm gonna add example perfect output, and I'm gonna write an example perfect output. So got several. Let's just use ChatGPT to fill out the variables. Okay, fill out the variables with example perfect output. Yes, okay, sweet. So I'm gonna paste this here. And then I'm gonna feed in the data here. Data, which is headline. Let's just not add the headline. Okay, we need the company. All right, we need the company description. I don't think we have the description. Okay, we don't have the description. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have to scrape the website page, okay? So the way we're gonna do it is we're just gonna use a platform called Exa AI, okay? So I'm simply gonna go to Exa AI, and then I'm gonna go to API dashboard, and then I'm gonna go to API keys, and I'm gonna create a new key. XAI is basically like a platform that allows you to scrape the website or the LinkedIn of any company so you can gather the data, feed it to AI for more personalization. Okay, this is why we're doing this. So API key. So this is the API key, copy it, and then simply look for Exa. Perform a search. and then click on add and paste this here and save. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to feed in the company LinkedIn. I think it's better. LinkedIn. Or maybe I can add the website. Okay, so let's just put the domain. I think domain is better. All right, number of results, just one. Category, company, and include content and response. Yes. Okay, let's see. We're going to add let's not do it now. Okay, let me just run once first. So, okay, sweet. So now I can feed this to OpenAI. Yes. So data is text. All right. And I'm also going to add other things here. Let's see. I don't think I have the industry, do I? Oh yeah, I have industry. So industry is industry. All right. So let's just check this out. All right, let's see. Got several MSSPs and GRC firms looking for ways to scale their VSSCO services efficiently. Just connected a platform like Synomi with one, and they were able to reduce assessment time by 50% and move forward quickly. Word an intro if your team is interested. Wow, this is amazing. So wait, I'm gonna have to include other things. So output the result only with no additional text, and adhere strictly to the placeholder template. And then I'm going to go to show advanced, and then max tokens 3060. I think I'm going to have a better result. Check this out. I'm confident about it. Yes. I think it's better. Yeah. Word and intro of Synomi is intro. Okay, sweet. Well, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this as set variable as a dream email. So dream email. I'm going to say, hey, David. And then I'm going to add the copy here. And then that's it. I believe that's it. Yes. Let me check. I think that's pretty much it. Okay, hey David, etc. Okay, so I'm gonna add the new line here and save. So this is gonna be dream email. Okay, so I'm gonna add another condition here. So only if result equals deliverable, only deal with emails that are valid. So if email is valid. Okay, save this, add online, and save again. Okay, sweet. So now I need to add this to a campaign so I can start my outreach. So let me just close all these brackets. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to instantly and I'm going to start a campaign. So log in. And then let me just log out. Boom. And then I'm going to create a new campaign. Add new campaign. So live demo. Okay. And then let me just close all these brackets from here and then add this to instantly as instantly. So add or create a lead. I think it's create. Yeah, create a lead. I believe this is the account that I have. Let me refresh. I think it's the one. Okay. So live demo. So the email is going to be the email here. First name, okay, personalization first is dream email. And then website is domain. Last name is last name. And then first name is first name. Company name is the company name that we have, which is organization name. Or maybe we can just use, we can just use the organization name. Yes. Organization name, which is organization name. Okay. Lead status, we're not going to care about it. Okay, sweet. So let me check this by running a test. Okay, that was successful. Now if I go to leads, I have the lead. Okay, sweet. So subject line, like I said, is going to be, so subject is quick intro, and then I'm going to add the personalization, and then I'm going to add best sad, and then save. Why is, okay, I forgot the N here. Okay. See how the copy is just so skimmable, right? Like people's attention span nowadays is absolutely insane. So you need to take advantage of that. So people don't want to read like your long outreach message. Again, same thing. Very short. And then I'm going to add a dash. And then again, same thing, best. Okay. Very simple. Best. Sad. Like I'm talking like this is what I mean by a premium offering. That's it. This is how normal people talk. They don't have this long email. Hey, first name. Or maybe I'm not even gonna say hi. If you want to have the best outreach, is you want to treat the outreach message as you're talking to someone from like in a restaurant. Okay. You're not gonna say every time, hey, 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 hey. If you say hey twice, first and initial and second email, well, it doesn't make sense to say another hey. So it's so interesting how when we want to do outreach, right? We forget, like we pick this, like we switch from the persona of a normal human to this guy that wants to sell something, or like this guy that does outreach, the persona, instead of just treating it as your normal conversation, right? Isn't that interesting? So you want to escape that matrix. That's the best way to explain it. Okay, so you want to like be a normal person. Okay, so preview. Haven't heard back, so assume it's not filled. If it's come up. Okay, best. Save. Okay. Options. Okay. Options. Okay, so I'm gonna use my email accounts here, and then max limits. I'm probably gonna add more emails. Yes. And then prioritize reaching out to new leads. Yes, I'm going to do it so I can get responses quickly. Reply rate. Yes. Yeah, that's it. Yes. I'm going to save this. And then schedule. I want it now from 7 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. Also Saturday. Okay. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to run the entire thing at like 600. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm first going to add like a break module here, break, so I don't get rate limited. Another break module in AXA, and another break module in Instantly. I'm not going to do it in Azure because when you use Azure OpenAI, you have like a crazy API limit. So, okay, save, and then I'm just going to put 1 minute, 1 minute delay, 1 minute again, 1 minute, and 1 minute. I'm going to go to settings, allow storing of incomplete executions. Yes. Okay. And then I'm just going to run once. So I'm getting all my leads added here. Hey, Chris, got several property owners and operators looking for rental insurance compliance solutions. This connects to the platform like yours would one, and they moved forward quickly. Amazing. Yeah. What I mean by connect triangle just cuts through the noise. If I receive this outreach message, I'm 100% going to reply. Someone says, hey, Saad, I have exactly what you need. So right now I'm going to wait a little bit until we add all the leads, and then we're going to launch the campaign live. Okay. All right. Leads added. Now we're just going to go ahead and launch the campaign by going to schedule, options, and then launch. Publish. So live demo is live. So we're just going to have to wait a little bit. And then let's see if we get some traction. All right, y'all. So this is the next day. We received 3 positive replies so far and 1 out of office. So this is the initial email that I sent. Hey, TJ, got several mid-market financial services companies looking for integrated payment platforms with real-time supplier payouts. This is essentially what AI actually wrote. Just connected a platform like yours with one, and they moved forward quickly. Worth an intro of Connect's Pay is interested. Besad. And then this guy literally said, I appreciate you reaching out. This sounds like a great fit. And he actually wrote this like in bold. Like he wrote this using a bold format. We're definitely interested in this. What's the next step on your end? So this guy is actually, when a prospect asks what's the next step, means like tell me what to do. Do you want to hop on a call, etc. So let's actually check this website. Connects Pay is a platform. Oh yeah. B2B payments. Yeah, of course. This is a nice platform. What do they do? So accelerate funds, increase margins, and ease reconciliations using the world's first truly connected payment platform. Is this like a Stripe or something? Oh yeah, it's kind of like a payment processor. Interesting. Okay, so this is the first reply. Let's check the second one. Kusan. Yeah, let's do it. Happy to hop on a quick call and see if it makes sense. When are you free? Kappa.ai. And then got several tech companies looking for AI solutions to enhance documentations and support flows. Just connected a platform like yours with one and they moved forward quickly. See, this template just rocks, man. Yeah. Okay, so we have the third reply. Got several lenders looking for automated compliance solutions for FNY, product cancellations and refunds, setting a new standard for solving lender compliance. It's a software. Yeah. So as you guys can see, we just generated 3 sales opportunities. That's insane. Okay. Like think about it. Like there's no client acquisition method that allows you to interfere with the market this quickly and actually get positive replies from business owners that are willing to hop on a call with you if you're doing everything right. Okay. So it's just good to show you guys that the only thing that's stopping you from getting clients is literally you. You are the only person who can make this happen and also the only person who can mess this up. So now you understand the system, you have the templates and everything that you need to get up and running yourself. So I'll talk to you soon. Peace.